On your walk today, you are going to hear the true story of the first Thanksgiving. Now, there was no cranberry sauce or pumpkin pie.
I happened to be serving on a committee that was discussing how we utilize our campus. We have a very expansive campus and we tend to only stay right here near the buildings. And so I went to the first meeting and we had a really great conversation about how we were using our space. And I went home and saw an article posted by a friend actually who teaches in North Carolina and was using the walking classroom as an after-school program. So we always say, you know, we want to do all of these things. We want to get kids outside. We want to be moving. We talked a lot last year about free play and just being out, but then we talk about time. We don't have time. Where does that fit? So the walking classroom to me, or the idea of the walking classroom, was useful because I could do instruction while at the same time being outside and moving. And so then I sort of sat down and looked at the scope and sequence of our school year and thought, what pieces of our instruction do we tend to rush through, or we tend to do it in a more traditional way that maybe doesn't engage kids as well as it could. And so I chose the different pieces that I thought could be enhanced by uploading the lesson onto an iPod rather than having the kids sit and, you know, read or do research on the internet or whatever the case may be. Alistair, Nathan, Adriana, Isa, they are hearing a podcast today about an alternate perspective on Thanksgiving. It actually does come from a book, but instead of having me sit and read the book to the students, they are listening to our head of the lower school read a script that I created based on a book. So they're getting not only, you know, the story, but they're hearing engagement from another member of our lower school community. So this is important to a lot of people. It's important to our head of school, and gosh, that's really neat. So the students will come in and they'll get their stuff, they have their iPod. We've gone through the whole procedure. So it depends on how long the podcast is. The one today happens to be 10 minutes. They've been anywhere from probably 5 minutes to 10-ish minutes, and you listen to it twice, so you double the time. And then they'll come back into the classroom and do their activity. So overall, I would say about an hour of our time is spent, you know, walking or doing the follow-up activities. But again, the majority of it is the walk. That's sort of the purpose. So, and you'll hear them, I'm walking the front of the line, and behind me I can hear them having the discussions, and they really are talking about what they just heard. And so it's really neat for me to hear them engaging with content in a way that they probably wouldn't have had I just done it in the classroom. It's funny because our very first walk, one of my fellow teachers said they were so engaged and quiet that we scared the deer as we were walking across Academy's campus. The students are very engaged with it. And so as you're walking, I have 18 third graders behind me, all with one earbud in their ear, and you will not hear a sound other than the scuffling of the leaves as we're going. I am really fortunate to work with a team that has embraced this idea. So I am not the only teacher who's doing it right now. All of the third grade teachers are doing it. And so I think for us right now, it's been a community building piece. Like I said, Kay Mason, our head of lower school, did a podcast, and our associate teacher did a podcast. Another third grade teacher has recorded a podcast. And so it's really neat for the kids to see that other people have sort of this buy-in to what they're doing. And as they're walking, they're seeing, people are sort of looking, what are they doing? And so my third graders feel like this is important. What we're doing is important work, and people are wondering why we have iPods, and they'll say, Mrs. Bird, they probably wanted one. And so, you know, it's neat for them to have that sort of investment in the activity. Is that exactly what it probably looked like? No. So the question is just a different way to deliver the same information. And it really is a very simple idea, and that's what I kind of like about it. It's not big and grandiose, it's just a small little change that we've made that the kids are really, I mean, they enjoy it, and we enjoy it as teachers, and it's kind of fun for me to look at the curriculum in a different way. So I'm taking what we used to do and just saying it in a new venue. Now it's on an iPod rather than in the classroom. It's interesting to see other teachers sort of taking on an idea that I started, and we've kind of come together as a team to deliver it. I had another teacher say that a parent in her class was really enthusiastic. She loved walking, and that was really great for me because I don't know that parent, and that parent doesn't know me. And to hear that it's going so well in other areas has been great. And the kids like it. I think that's the most important part, right? The kids are excited about it, and they're excited to share it with other people. Like I said, when we walked through the upper school one time, they like, should we tell them why we have iPods? And I said, no, it's probably okay, but they want to share it. They want to share their learning with other people.